Sirs and madams, coming to you. Wait, I thought we were on chapter 7.
No, we're in chapter 8.
Oh, okay. Smoke.
Sirs and madams.
I really cold intro.
Sirs and madams, coming at you. Chapter 8, volume 4. Yes. It's about to get real.
I'm so glad to be back.
All right.
Seriously.
I'm excited. I've been jonesing.
Joneson.
And here we go.
So we're watching the openings now, by the way, since we believe all spoiler activity has been shown to us. And that is a great guitar line. It's so pretty.
Why's my name spelled with a Q?
Ah, I see. Yay, Papa! I know, Blake's parents are great. You good?
I don't know if he is.
I don't know what's going on either.
I don't.
Summon.
Summon
A lot of
every-
training montages this season.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Sean, look at that squad. Look at that.
Excellent. Fucking ready.
Ooh. A much needed talk.
Yep.
Really? No questions?
Of course we have questions. This is just a lot to take in.
Sure, of course.
So these maidens, they're powerful fighters that don't need dust to use magic.
Yeah.
And there are 4 of them?
Yep. Always.
Which means that whenever one of them dies, the power transfers to someone, a female, that they care about?
Whoever was in their thoughts last. Important distinction. Best option, it's someone
It's
we
your
can
child.
trust. Regardless, their souls become combined, in a way.
And that's what you were trying to do to Pyrrha. The night the tower
Oh,
fell.
Sean is mad.
You're trying to
Yeah.
turn her into one of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Hey, your
Oh,
boyfriend
no.
coming back.
The previous Fall Maiden, Amber, had been attacked. She was young, inexperienced. And her assailant, who we now know as Cinder, somehow managed to steal some of her power. But
Yank
not
it
all.
off him, dude. Just yank it.
We were afraid
It's
that
fine.
if we
He's
didn't do
back
something,
there. He can take
the
it.
rest would go to her as well.
So you forced it on Pyrrha.
We didn't
He
force
didn't
anything.
really.
We explained the situation and gave her a choice, and she chose.
That's fair.
You were there.
She did what's
You heard
right.
her.
That's fair. Yeah.
Don't put this on me.
Yeah, you can't put it
Like,
on.
she made her own choice. She had a right to it.
Girlfriend's
he has
balls
a
are
right-
bigger than yours, Sean.
Hang on. Hang on.
He has a right to be pissed, but
Yeah.
it's just at the
That
circumstance.
guy, Tyrion. Why was he after me?
Well, you definitely painted a target on your back with what you did at Beacon.
Fair.
I told you having silver eyes is a rare trait. And the fact that you're someone that was able to use them seems to have upset some very powerful people. Not many people know about the silver eyes, but those that do aren't very happy that one has surfaced. That's why I've been keeping an eye on you. Wanted to make sure you were safe.
Byakugan.
All of you.
Yes, John.
Well, then, why not just travel with us? It seems like that would have been way easier.
He was using you as bait.
Look, I wouldn't
Ooh,
put it like
he's
that.
smart.
Complicated.
Somebody's balls have dropped.
What is all of this? Ruby's being
He's got a
hunted.
brain.
The schools are
I'm
being
glad he's
attacked. All
growing.
for what? What is the point of all of this? Will you just tell us what's going on?
Yes, we want to know too.
You're kids. You're
Just
too
sit
young.
down. You're stressing me out, kid.
pass the flask.
Right.
Not many people are super religious these days. This world's been around for a long time. Long enough that people have created dozens of gods. But if you believe Ozpin,
America.
2 of them are actually real.
Ooh.
Your brothers. The older sibling, the god of light, found joy in creating forces of life. Meanwhile, the younger brother, the god of darkness, spent his time creating forces of destruction.
Okay.
As you can imagine, they both had pretty different ideas about how things should go.
More Naruto.
The older one would spend his days creating water, plants, wildlife. At night, his brother would wake to see all the things that the elder had made and become disgusted. To counteract his brother's creations, the god of darkness brought drought, fire, famine, all that he could do to rid remnant of life.
It's like my personality's fighting.
Life always returned.
Oof.
So one night, the younger brother went and made something. Something that shared his innate desire to destroy anything and everything.
The creatures of Grimm.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
You
fair.
guessed it. The older brother had finally had enough. Knowing that their feud couldn't last like this forever, he proposed that they make one final creation together. Something they could both be proud of.
That's right.
Their masterpiece. Younger brother agreed.
Ganondorf.
I've never heard this duality before.
The Avatar.
This last great creation would be given the power to both create and destroy. It would be given the gift of knowledge, so that it could learn about itself and the world
I
around
think
it.
that's it.
And most importantly, it would be given the power to choose. To have free will to take everything it had learned and decide which path to follow. The path of light or the path of darkness. And that is how humanity came to be.
Interesting.
That's fair.
We've all heard that story.
Yeah.
I like it.
But what does that have to do with us?
Well, that's the kicker. See, the 4 gifts to mankind, knowledge, creation, destruction, and choice, aren't just metaphorical. Each of them exists in a physical form, left behind by the gods before they abandon Remnant. And each of them is extraordinarily powerful.
Power of choice.
If someone were to collect all 4, they'd be able to change the world.
Catch them all.
Yeah.
That's
him
exactly
up.
what the enemy wants. The Huntsman Academies were created to train generations of humanity's protectors, but they also serve another purpose: guarding the relics. When Ozpin's predecessor founded the schools, he built them around the relics to act as a fortress. Not only would they be easier to defend, but they would be constantly surrounded by trained warriors. The hope was that hiding the relics would keep mankind from using them against itself. And of course,
Right.
keeping them out of her reach.
Love the
So, yeah, there's that.
And then
Her. You mean Salem?
That's right. Not much is known about her, and quite frankly, that's not what matters. What matters right now is that she wants the relics. And if she gets them, it's not going to end well.
that moon, though.
Right?
What if one of the relics is the
Love
moon?
it.
Meteor.
Is what?
I don't actually get that.
PTSD
I was just making a joke about the moon.
You can always go in and say hi.
I love her
Don't
parents.
bother him.
I love her
A
parents.
father's never too busy for his daughter.
Truth.
Not all of my friends would agree with you on that.
Here.
What?
Taking
Where
the
are you
tea.
going?
You've never been very talkative, but that boy you brought home loves to run his mouth. I want to hear more about the adventures of Team RWBY.
And about Sun.
An introvert's worst nightmare.
Oh, honey.
Called it.
Oh. Collie's just like, gotcha.
Hey, Dad.
Blake. Well, this is a pleasant surprise.
Oh.
I love that Austin Powers chess piece. he's
Yes.
got.
Yes.
Don't worry, I've got it. Sit down. Sit down.
I don't want to keep you if you're.
Nonsense. I've been cooped up in here all day. You still take sugar, right?
Oh, actually,
Oh, sorry.
No. It's fine.
Oh, here, take this one.
No, really, it's no big deal.
You sure?
Positive.
Old habits, I suppose. Might want to let it cool.
Right.
Oh.
So, is it warm in Vale?
Huh?
It just seems like your outfit doesn't cover very much.
Covers plenty.
I mean,
Good job, Dad.
more armor might help.
Ah, good save.
You see his thing, right?
Good
I'm
save.
fine.
It's
I
strategic.
don't need armor. I can look after myself.
I
Aww.
know you can. I'm sorry.
See,
No.
Dad does care.
Why would you say that?
Sweetheart, what's wrong? What did I say?
How can you still love me after what I did?
I just wasn't expecting her to have these kind of parents.
Yeah, really
know.
good parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Your mother and I will always love
He
you.
even knows what to say. Like he's.
You were right.
Oh.
I shouted at you and yelled at you, but you were right. I called you cowards.
It's okay.
I should have left the White Fang with you and Mom. I should have listened to you, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Blake, it's fine.
What did we learn?
We never held
Yeah.
anything against you. And I never feared you would fail.
What about the war crimes?
The
White Fang did?
only
Yeah, it's
thing
fine.
I ever feared was that you would fall down the wrong path. And I am so proud to see you haven't.
But I did. It was.
And you pulled yourself out. You came back. There aren't many who possess that kind of strength, and even fewer that have the courage to face their demons again. Vale,
Dad was
Mountain
supposed to
Glen.
We
It
move-
truly
we
must be
move
like being
forward.
in a
Front of the
cult
White
for them,
Fang,
though.
Time after
Yeah.
time.
It was a fucking
I
goal.
didn't do it alone.
What is in the past is in the past.
No, you didn't. Which is why I wanted to ask you. Why did you leave Vale? Why did you leave your friends behind?
All the ears.
Yeah.
And this buster.
Son,
Damn it,
you
son.
dumbass.
This isn't the bathroom. I'll just be going. Sorry to interrupt this tender family moment.
Son.
That's why we can have nice things.
I'm actually
I
mad
really
at him.
don't like
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
That was not the
So
time.
let's say we believe all of this. There really is this crazy evil being behind these attacks, not just some thugs trying to become powerful. Why doesn't the world know? Why isn't Atlas going after them, or Mistral?
And why aren't we in more of a hurry to get to Haven? Shouldn't we be getting them a message? What if they're next?
The headmaster over there saw what happened to Beacon. He's not dumb. He'll be on his guard. Besides, it takes time to mobilize forces like that. Do you really think they planned out that attack on Beacon overnight? And to answer your question, it's the same reason we keep quiet about the maidens. If the whole world knew about the relics, about Salem, it would be chaos.
Yeah.
We'd have another great war on our hands, and this time, you'd have to fight.
No one would go to school.
Yeah.
No one would go to school.
Don't want that.
Nice.
Look, I had the same questions too. But old Ozpen always put his foot down. We can't cause a panic. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Salem's smart. She works from the shadows, using others to get what she wants, so that when it comes time to place the blame, we can only point at each other. She's trying to divide us, humanity.
That's what Loki did. I
So
think.
far, she's
Yeah.
done a pretty damn good
That's what
job.
Stain did as well. Societal manipulation.
All right. So what should we do?
I don't really know.
Survive. Or Frodo, one of the two.
Ozpin has put a lot of trust in the headmasters. Like I said, the schools are an important part of stopping Salem. Atlas is going to be on high alert after the last attack, and Vacuo is, well, Vacuo.
Okay.
It would be hard to hire thieves and scoundrels to fight against other thieves. Take that. Add in the fact that Cinder and her crew claim to be from Haven, and I think it's likely the next target. So, we're on our way to the headmaster. Haven't heard from him in a while, even before the attack.
That's not good.
I'm hoping he has the answers.
And he hasn't been picked off already.
Yeah. I'm sure he's alright.
I think he's gonna
All
be
right.
Sure he's fine.
I think it's time you kids
I
got
put
some
money he's gonna be
sleep.
that hermit that doesn't talk to anybody. He's crazy in his own
Yeah.
world. And he might have an answer.
This is a lot to take
That
in.
trope.
And it all sounds crazy, but I'm willing to do whatever I can to help.
Here's an optimism.
Because I trust you. But why couldn't you trust me? Why couldn't you just travel with us instead of all of this secrecy and...
Look, this has nothing to do with trust.
Gotta learn, kid.
It's a long story, okay?
Don't you dip it into my booze.
Seriously?
It's like the military. We didn't know bases.
Telling us stories?
Oh my god.
Did you know that crows are a sign of bad luck? Old superstition. But it's how I got my name.
Ooh. Oh.
You see, some people can absorb electricity, and some people can burst into rose petals. And some people are just born unlucky. My semblance isn't like most. It's not exactly something I do. It's always there, whether I like it or not. I bring misfortune. I guess you could call me a bad luck charm. Comes in real handy when I'm
You're
fighting
just a little
enemies.
chaotic. That's all.
Makes it a
That
little hard
ain't
on
the
friends
most edgiest
and family.
I've ever heard in my entire life.
With the flames and everything
Well,
around
you
him,
are
too.
just a real bundle of help, aren't you?
Look, playing some like Tom Waits or something in the background.
Yeah.
Oh man, 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
But it's validated. I'm
Taking a walk.
I'm not ragging on his semblance. I think
There's
that's a very
nothing
cool
else you
semblance.
want to tell us?
Yeah.
But that's just an easy joke.
Rah! Itachi, I mean.
Right.
Not tonight.
No, it seems like he doesn't have control of the semblance. And
Not
it
at
takes,
all.
It takes care of
Yeah.
him first, regardless of who it is. Family, friend, whatever.
Like I said, just a little chaotic. That's
Yeah.
all.
Chaotic neutral, because it doesn't...
Yeah, it's not within his control.
There it is.
No
There it is.
personal space.
Hit him again.
I'm sorry, okay?
Hit him again.
Ow, I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, hit him
Ow.
again. That's not
Look,
enough.
I promise it was important. I needed to find you to talk to you.
Not that
What,
important.
son? What could be so important?
I was talking to your mom and she said something weird about the White Fang.
I'm stopping you right there.
But
I told you. I'm not here to fight the White Fang. I'm not here to fight anyone. I'm here to rest, to figure things out, and to see my family.
your mom said White Fang members don't wear masks in Menagerie, but I saw one at the market yesterday. I even got a picture.
Son.
Look, I'm trying to help.
I don't want your help.
Oh no.
Excuse me?
Samwise.
Yep.
Hello?
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 Samwise Gamgee, why are you eavesdropping?
I wasn't dropping no weaves.
Some bitch!
I love that.
Get him! Get him!
A freaking ninja? But why would...
Doesn't matter,
go
get him.
girl.
Kill the scout. You
Get him,
You
get
need
him.
to kill the scout.
The White Fang is evil. I totally called it, and I'm bringing your daughter back.
Ah, this boy tries so hard.
Alright, you know what? I respect Son for that.
Oh, he's a hopeless romantic.
I respect Son for that. That was concise.
Mm-hmm.
It was ballsy. And it got the information across.
We should probably get moving.
Alright, Ren.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all awake. Don't tell me Crow's dying. You son of a... I was gonna say, he did get stung. I was surprised he was just fine, but...
that purple stuff.
Cut to black.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Lit.
No.
You mother...
That was perfect. That was perfect.
What just happened?
I'm so mad. What was I talking about in D&D earlier? This. Somebody dying against a tree. Okay.
I wasn't ready for that.
Get out. Get it.
Okay.
White Fang don't wear masks in Menagerie.
Mhm.
Okay, so they're catching on to that. So there are two things that I took away from this. I don't always have to bring it back to anime, but there's another anime that's a big fan favorite of mine. Or that's a big favorite of mine where one of the characters is just born unlucky and bad luck follows him wherever he goes. So I'm very happy to see that concept brought back in with somebody else.
Yeah, I do like that. I like that too.
And the biggest detail I actually took from this is that it's Ozpin's predecessor is the one who built the 4 schools, which means Ozpin is a whole lot, like we knew Ozpin was like a big deal and very important to the plot, but he's literally the next person in line from the person who literally built protection around the relics. So like he is at the dead center of it.
Yeah.
Would you say he is in direct, what was the word I'm looking for? Shit.
Like inheritance?
Yeah, to the gods or whatever. Like, pretty much, like he
Like
either
family
there's a
line?
person between
Kinda
that or
wondering that. Yeah.
I definitely thought about it when once I heard predecessor and just how it tied back into the lore. I was just like, okay, so yeah, no, not only is Oz like just really powerful, there's relation to the whole creation of the relics. And
So is he a god or is he not a god, but is he like a half god?
demigod? That wouldn't surprise me. I'm also convinced that none of us 4 think that he's actually dead. For sure.
Oh no.
He's just missing.
But I will say I kind of messed up and kind of went into the forums of the fandom. And the whole thing about Crow and bad luck. One of the things I was seeing is like, well, it's not the fact that he's bad luck. It's the fact that he feels like it's bad luck, so it's creating bad luck.
Right.
So if he changes his mindset, then
His semblance is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Almost like kind of that's kind of what I was reading, kind of, but I don't know how much validity
I agree with that. No, I do.
So
if you would put more positive thought behind his actions, then it might come out a little different. But when you think of misfortune, you're misfortune.
I was gonna say, I mean, let's just cut to the chase. As an alcoholic, he fuels that.
Yes.
That's why you're drinking, because like, well, shit's gonna happen anyways. This is what's gonna go down. Yeah, definitely a vet's type of view, but.
It's kind of an other comment that I noticed. Like if you look at him, his cross that he wears, like it's offset.
It is. And it hangs from like one side.
It's at a balance point too, if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's a balance point.
Is.
Just think it probably has nothing to do with the show, but I was like, oh, that's kind of.
I wasn't making that face because I didn't like the way that's written. I just made this face because I was just like, oh, that sucks. Like if you're a depressed kind of human and your semblance is a self-fulfilling prophecy, if that's the case, that sucks. That really sucks. Oh my god.
And also when he started to walk off, and that raven kind of just like posted up, like, yeah, bro.
Right. Yeah.
So there is
this
that.
is foreshadowing and it's ominous.
You mean to fuck anything up for you?
Right.
Yeah.
You called.
Wow. But anyways, let's fly off to the next episode.
Ah.
See you next time.
Hey, bye.